The Minnesota Vikings are heavily rumored to be taking JJ McCarthy. So today, we are going to see what the future could look like for this Vikings team once we get JJ McCarthy in here. But this should be a ton of fun, and this could be a pretty challenging rebuild. I'll get into why I think that in a second, but super quick, I tried this on the last rebuild, and it worked out very well. So no like goal for today. But if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like. I would very much appreciate it, and it really helps out the channel. It helps YouTube know that y'all are enjoying it, so I would very much appreciate it. And when this video comes out, I think we are gonna be at 50K, which is insane. So thank you all so much for that. Expect a special video coming out very soon, one that I think y'all are really gonna enjoy. Now on to 100K by the end of the year, maybe? We'll see. And last thing, massive shout out to Imagine for the suggestion of today's video. Their link is in the description. I don't know who suggested this first, but they suggested it the most. And if you want to shout out, just let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below, or if you just want to let me know what you want to see. But without further ado, let's get into this rebuild. And feel free to skip right to the rebuild if you want. But to answer what I meant about this potentially being a hard rebuild, is this defense isn't exactly the best, and it isn't super young where there are good players. It isn't the worst, but we have Harrison Smith, who's probably going to retire very soon, and the rest of the higher overall guys here for the most part are around like 27, 28 years old, which is going to be hard to develop. There are pretty good pieces to work with, like most of the corners here, and then Pace was very good as a rookie, and then obviously the free agent pass rushers, but this isn't exactly the most deep and good defense I've ever seen. This offense is pretty damn good, and I'll talk more about that in a little bit, but let's just get straight to the draft, and y'all already know what we're gonna do. But here's the trade we're gonna do for the number 4 overall pick. It's gonna be the Vikings' original first round pick, and then the Texans pick that they traded up for. I don't know, this is just the pick that I see, or the trade that I see mocked. I'm sure there's gonna be a whole like 6th and 7th round pick circle jerk here. Like I couldn't be bothered to do that. Oh, we're also gonna be trading a 2028 6th round pick for their 7th. Like I don't care. All right, I don't know why the Broncos have the number 2 pick. They did very poorly in this simulation. Drake May went, all right, that's cool. Let's take JJ McCarthy. Now I'll share my opinion on if they do actually trade up for JJ McCarthy later in the video, because I'm not bold enough to put that opinion this early in the video. But let's add our QB of the future, Mr. JJ McCarthy out of Michigan. Hidden dev, we'll take it. Now our next pick isn't until the 4th round, so I think this is gonna be the only other pick I show. But what if we go with Jamari Thrash? I don't know the last time I've even used him in a rebuild, if ever. And we do need a good young 3rd receiver. Just make this surrounding cast even better for JJ McCarthy. Let's take him. Only normal dev. I didn't know I gave him that. That's tough. But we should be able to develop him still, hopefully. But here's how we did in the draft. This is like the worst looking draft on paper I've ever had. But I again feel the need to say that these draft classes are just lower overall in general for the most part. I guess this doesn't look like it, but outside of the top 10. Whoa. The draft logic in this game is so fucked up. All right. But JJ McCarthy is only a 71 overall, which I think is fair. He's very unproven for the most part. But I think I gave him a pretty good dev trait, and he should be able to develop a lot, hopefully. And then Jamari Thrash, will start him, no dev trait, but we also took Bo Limmer. This team has like no guards, so I guess we'll put Limmer at guard for now. And then I just took depth for the rest of the draft, pretty much. So a horrible looking draft on paper, but it should actually be pretty good for us. And let's get into year 1. But here's a look at the team heading into year 1. We're looking pretty good. I mean, this is a very good surrounding cast to throw a rookie quarterback into, especially one that, you know, probably needs to develop. Great top 2 receivers, great running back group, great tight end, great tackle duo. This offense is just really good. This defense isn't the best overall, but I think it should play better than that in real life, and we'll see how it performs here. I guess you never know. Defense is always very hit or miss in Madden. It could be horrible, it could be amazing. The overall of it doesn't really matter. It's really just luck and the playbook, and that's it. But it's gonna be super interesting to see how this team does year 1, and just for this whole rebuild in general. So let's get to the midseason point, and hopefully we do pretty well, but even if we don't, it's just year 1. We'll see. Okay, we are 3-4 at the midseason. That's not great, but I kind of thought it would be worse. It looks like our defense is really bad, but our offense is pretty good, as it probably should be. We'll take it. But do we have anyone to re-sign? Yes, we do. Is Justin Jefferson actually due for a deal this year? He is. Okay, that's not gonna be cheap, and he isn't interested. Great. Very player-friendly would be 6 years, 233 mil. That's almost 40 mil a year. Will he even take this? He doesn't. Cool. We might end up tagging him. We'll see. Aaron Jones, I want to re-sign, but I don't want to give him a 3-year deal. Byron Murphy, sure, that's really cheap. Again, I would prefer a shorter deal. What about like 2 years, 16 mil? He doesn't take it. Cool. Harrison Phillips, do you want to re-sign? Please? I don't know how bad I want Harrison Phillips. He is 28, but we'll go 2 years, 21 mil. He takes it. Cam Bynum isn't interested, but we'll go, I don't want to do 5 years. How about 3 years, 22 and a half? Doesn't take it. Sometimes you can get away with shortening the deals. Apparently not this time. Let's try 2 years, 24 mil for Aaron Jones. That's a little more expensive than I would want to pay, but he won't re-sign anything else. We'll offer him this, and he does take it. Cool. All right, well, we're gonna have some work to do at the end of the year. I'm not like super worried about most of these players, but Justin Jefferson, we obviously need back. We probably will just end up franchise tagging him though. But let's get to the end of the season, and we will see what kind of record we finish with. I mean, right now we could technically win the division, and we could technically finish last in the division. We'll have to see. Okay, well, we finished pretty much exactly how we were at the midseason, at least in terms of standings. We tied with the Lions for last place, but we were in third. The Bears won it, and the Packers got second. But it's actually probably good we didn't do well this year, because we didn't really have a draft last year, so we should have some pretty good picks to fill out probably the rest of the defense. We might spend every pick on defense. But let's go super quick over the season stats. JJ McCarthy had 4,100 yards, 38 touchdown passes. The picks were a little high, but holy shit. 38 touchdown passes as a rookie. What's the record? Justin Herbert with 31, so McCarthy beats that by 7. I don't know about that, but we'll take it. Aaron Jones did well. Justin Jefferson did well. Jordan Addison had 1,100 yards. Even Thrash did pretty well. The blocking was good. Bradbury wasn't great. We'll probably replace him. Pace led the team with 115 tackles, TFLs 11 for Van Ginkel and Phillips, and then sacks 13 for Andrew Van Ginkel, but only 4 for Jonathan Grenard. I wish he did a little better. And then picks 5 for Byron Murphy, and then 1 for 3 different players. We had certain players do super well, and then it looks like a lot of guys just did okay. How was this a 6-11 team? I feel like we should have been a lot better. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes, big shocker. No McCarthy, surprisingly. I thought he did well enough as a rookie to be up here, and unfortunately, I don't think he's gonna win Rookie of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Saquon Barkley, now on the Eagles. Jefferson at number 4. Van Ginkel up there at number 9 for Defensive Player of the Year. That's cool. And yeah, Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Drake May. JJ McCarthy at number 2. We already get cucked. Year 1, we're already getting cucked. Jamari Thrash at number 4. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Chop Robinson on the Cardinals. No Vikings, fairly obviously. What did Drake May do? Because that's extra rough. That's interdivision. What? Oh, he probably had rushing yards. Yeah. What did he have? 3,800 yards, 39, 32 total touchdowns, but only 8 picks. I guess the picks won it for him. I don't know. McCarthy had 4,400 total yards, 38 touchdowns, 15 picks. I don't know. I guess the picks won it for Drake May. That sucks. But McCarthy had him beat by a decent amount for pretty much everything else. Whatever. And what an interesting Super Bowl. I guess there's a chance the Bengals win 38-28 over the Packers. That very well could happen this year. We'll see. But let's see who let's see who we have left to re-sign, but it's literally everybody we had at the midseason. Justin Jefferson is thankfully injured now. Or injured? What? Thankfully interested now. We'll offer him 5 years, 191 mil. I don't know if he's gonna accept this, but hopefully he does. Okay, cool. Thankfully injured now. I just cursed him. I'm sorry. Byron Murphy didn't get superstar dev for 5 picks. That's crazy. We'll go very player friendly though. I'll give him a 3-year deal, 3 years, 29.7, and he takes it. Cam Bynum still isn't interested, so I mean, I'll try very player friendly, but only 3 years. And yeah, he doesn't take it. That's fine. We can find another safety. You know what? We actually will pick up the 5th year for Lewis Seen. That's really weird, but it's only 7 mil, so sure, why not? He'll probably get some playing time this year, so sure. And then everyone else, I'm probably good. I guess we'll re-sign re-sign Ryan Wright? Just kidding. We're tagging you, bud. But let's see what we can do in free agency. If anything, I mean, I don't know how much we need to do in free agency unless we want to add some good defensive player. But I kind of have that planned out through the draft. Okay, well, I'm going to do something that Vikings fans probably won't like, but it's kind of a no-brainer at this point. We are unfortunately going to cut Harrison Smith. He'll probably retire by this point anyways, but it'll save us 18 mil to do it. Again, kind of a no-brainer. And I think we're also going to cut Garrett Bradbury. He was pretty horrible last year. That'll save us 5 mil. And I want to sign a D lineman, but there just isn't a great one here, honestly, or at least a young one. We'll just re-sign Jerry Tillery if he wants to. It said another team was interested, but we'll see. But here's what we're going to be doing in free agency. It isn't like the craziest free agent class ever, but we don't really need one right now. We're going to go for Michael Carter, Justin Reed, Nick Harris, and Jerry Tillery. These two down here probably won't start this year. I guess Tillery could, but I think we're going to draft a center. And I don't know if we're going to get Michael Carter. We're tied for the lead with the Falcons. I hope we do, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's see if we can sign these 4 players. Oh, and Justin Reed and Jerry Tillery don't sign. We get Nick Harris, and we don't get Michael Carter. Desmond King would be kind of fun. He is 30, though. We can probably draft a really good corner. I don't know if I want to sign a 30-year-old. And then Rasul Douglas, I mean, he's more of an outside corner, but also I've just used him in a lot of rebuilds lately. But Justin Reed and Jerry Tillery, do they want to sign now? Jerry Tillery does, but Justin Reed doesn't, and it looks like he's going to go to the Panthers. Cam Bynum, do you want to re-sign? Probably not. We'll see. We're tied for the lead for both of these guys. Will we get either of them? No to Cam Bynum, and Justin Reed still hasn't signed. Let's sim a week and see if he does finally sign. It looks like he does, and it looks like he goes to the Panthers. That was unlucky. You hate to see it. But here in the draft, we pick at number 6. The Cardinals have the number 1 pick this year, even after trading everybody down. Or I guess maybe that's another team's pick because they had like 3 first-round picks. I don't know. There was a very good tackle, which, by the way, I cheated. I checked the overalls of the defensive ends because it did the stupid thing where it shows every player as a top 5 talent, despite them being fully scouted, and, you know, it should show us their actual ranking instead of just showing everyone as a top 5. It's a glitch that happens if you load in a custom draft class year 1, or I guess maybe any year, I don't know. I can't even remember who the good ones were. It was Goodwell and Dawkins were both a 73, which I guess I shouldn't really know Dawkins because he isn't fully scouted, but I do. And then Hunt was a 75, which he isn't fully scouted, but I think I probably would take him later anyways because he has A power moves, A tackle, and looks really good. So is that cheating? Maybe, but it's something we should know because they're fully scouted and it should show their draft ranking. It just doesn't because the game's broken. Okay, I think I justified that enough. I'm sure someone will still complain about it, but whatever, there are always those people. Ooh, George Conway. I'm getting distracted, but he looks pretty weird. He's almost 400 pounds. Oh, he's one of these players with elite acceleration and A power moves, despite being almost 400 pounds. That should be really good, but never really are that good. I don't even know what I want to do here. I'm just yapping because I don't know what I want to do. I entirely forgot we would have a top 10 pick. And honestly, I'm not really crazy about anyone here. We might trade this pick back. Kendall Arnold could be good, but I don't like the deep play rec. And he ran a 4.38, but he has great speed, but only good acceleration. I mean, he's probably a good overall, but I don't think he's worth this pick. Trey Wembley could be. He looks pretty damn good. But would it really be worth a number 6 pick for another good receiver? I don't know. I do think we are going to trade this pick back. Just with who is the question. David Poole looks, okay, I was going to say he looked good, but he looks like a pretty horrible pass blocker. All right, enough yapping. Let's trade this pick back. I might even trade all the way out of the first round. The only good looking player I see, or like possibly really good player, is Tony Hickman at guard. So I think we're going to trade back pretty far. I definitely want a second this year because we don't have one. But I guess this is the trade we're going to do. The trade calculator thing says this is fair, so sure. I'm not great with trade value. I never really pay attention to it for some reason, at least like pick for pick value. But we're getting a first round pick next year and a second this year to move all the way back from 6 to 24. So we're moving back really far. The Bills are probably going to take some. Watch them take like a quarterback or something. No, they go with a cornerback. back, which they probably do need. They lost Rasul Douglas. Unfortunately, the guard is gone. Ooh, Dom Griffin looks really good too, though. I'm not going to take him yet, but I think I will. I kind of like Lance Harrison at corner. There's also Earl Favors. What's his speed? Not the best, but A-man, A-press, B-zone. That's pretty good. Lance Harrison might be better, though. He's only 21 years old, good speed, elite acceleration, great change of direction. I just wish I knew what his ratings were. I mean, we know he has B-zone and B-press, and he's listed as a man corner, so he at least has B-man, I would say. Gonna have normal dev, because most corners do, but I still think it'll be worth it. Let's take him. All I need to do is say they're gonna have normal dev, and they'll have hidden. It's magic. I need to remember to do that more. But now in the second round, is the guard still available? He is. So is Kyle Goodwell and Kari Dawkins. One of them are... What do we want to do? I would say D-line is the bigger need, but I think Dom Griffin is the better player. Ooh, whoa. Bryce Rathman looks pretty damn good too at center. This is tough. Who's younger? Dawkins, he's 22. Goodwell is 23, so I think we're gonna go with Dawkins. We're going with both of the positions that usually have normal dev, corner and 3-4 D linemen, so Kari Dawkins probably normal dev, and he actually does have it, okay. Oh yeah, and we have an early third. I forgot. So is the guard still here? Dom Griffin is still available, so we're gonna take him. Elite strength, 41 bench reps at the combine. A awareness, a lead block, a run block, power, not even terrible finesse. So let's take him. Hidden dev, 94 strength. Sounds good. And if another center is still here, I'll show that pick, but if not, let's just get to the draft recap. Okay, no, they're all gone. All right, you hate to see it. Ooh, okay, this was a pretty damn good draft. No 80 overalls, surprisingly, but Lance Harrison was a 79. 92 speed, 94 excel, 82 man, decent zone and press, we'll take it. Kari Dawkins was a 73, we knew that. I wish he had a dev trait, but he'll still start as more of a desperation pick than anything. But Dom Griffin, I'm glad he was still available because he is a 78 overall. Not a scheme fit, but I mean, a really good player, so we'll take it. He does actually have pretty bad run block finesse, but he has better run block power than pass block finesse, or pass block power. But his pass blocking is the other way around. That's interesting, but he looks good. And then I took Vic was my last pick. Frazier looks very good, 75 overall. He had hidden dev. He's 94 jumping, 84 spec catch and traffic, even a pretty decent route runner for a physical type. And Danny Davis is a 78 with hidden dev. 90 speed, 93 excel, 82 man, 78 zone. And Xavier Vic. I always look for good medium route running in receivers, and he had a medium route. He has an 80. Nothing crazy other than that, but just a good receiver. We probably got like 5 first-round talents. Okay, and that's actually insane. The corner the Bills traded up for with us from 24 to 6 was a 79 overall. The corner we traded down to get was also a 79 overall in the same age. Does Arnold have a dev trait? He does, so they both have a dev trait. That's crazy. That's what a trade that was. Dom Griffin's also like a top 10 player in the class. Danny Davis is borderline top 10. Well, I mean, a 78 is tied for 7th, so he pretty much is. This was a good draft. We got 3 top 10 players in the entire class. But here's a look at the team heading into year 2. It's only an 82 overall, but we've made this team a lot younger and it should develop a decent amount throughout the year. I moved Bo Limmer back to center because he actually has star dev. We'll start him over Nick Harris. I mean, Nick Harris is a scheme fit. If Limmer sucks at the midseason, we'll just put Harris in. But I mean, our receiving core is loaded. We're going to start Vic because he's already a scheme fit and a year younger, I think. Yeah. Because Frazier's 22. But here's the defense. We definitely need safeties. That's one thing. I guess I could put Davis at safety. He would be a 77 overall there. I don't know if I want to do that, but I guess I could. Should we? I guess it lets us do that. Sure, why not? Metellus can be like our sub linebacker. I'm also going to make Harrison the number 1 corner, just so maybe he can develop a little more. But we definitely have a lot of rookies starting in the secondary, which wouldn't really be a good thing in real life, but I guess it's not a lot of rookies, only 2. But it should work out pretty well here. We'll see. Anyways, hopefully we can do better than last year at 6-11. I would bet that we do better this year, but I guess you never know. Let's just get to the midseason point and we will see how we're doing. Okay, well, we are 2-5 at the midseason. We are worse. worse? Is everybody in the NFC struggling? Every single team I'm looking at here has a losing record. All of our division, the Cowboys, which is really weird. The Panthers are 5-2, and wow, this game is something, man. The Giants are 5-2. The Giants and Panthers are two of the best 3 teams in the NFC. That's great. The Panthers are actually an 82 overall now, which is worse than us. Same with the Giants, but that's a higher overall than I thought they would be. We might change our defensive playbook. We'll see if it finishes the year horrible again, then we'll definitely change it, but we'll see how it finishes. Who do we have to re-sign? Christian Darrisaw, Ivan Pace. I don't think these 3 would actually be up for contracts at this point. You just, as I always say, can't set custom contracts outside of franchise. Keyword, outside of franchise. People always hear me say that and be like, oh, you can set whatever contract you want. What are you talking about? In franchise, you can do it. I realize that, but in the actual roster creation outside of franchise, you can't set custom contracts. I feel like I'm going insane having to explain that all the time, but there are people that don't know how to listen. Anyways, Christian Darrisaw unfortunately isn't interested. We might just wait until the end of the year to re-sign him and hope he does become more interested, because this is expensive. I mean, it's probably something like what he will get in real life, but 5 years, 176 mil. Let's see if he takes it, and he doesn't. Ivan Pace, 5 years. Why are contracts so long in this game? 5 years, 66 mil. He takes it. There are a lot of players this year. A lot of mid, but a lot of players. Okay, but I got those contracts right. Andrew Van Ginkel would actually need a contract in this year. How's he doing this year? He was very good last year. 4 sacks so far, probably on pace for what? He's on pace for 9.5 to 10. I mean, he isn't interested right now, so I can't really re-sign him yet, but if he would take like 2 years for, that's pretty expensive. We'll see if he'll take that, and he doesn't, which isn't surprising. I think that's double what his contract currently is. It's like 2 years, 20. But anyways, we'll worry about those 2 at the end of the year. Let's just get to the end of this season, and we will see what kind of record we finish with. Hopefully it's better than how we're doing right now, but if not, we're definitely going to change our defensive playbook at least. All right, we go 6-11 once again with the second worst defense in the league for points per game. We had a good pass D, but like, if we're allowing more points per game than points per game we're scoring, I don't think that's exactly a good thing. So, what kind of defensive playbook do we want to run? It's always a fun game to play. Should we go with the Steelers? I don't use the Steelers defensive playbook that much. I mean, I have a few times and it was horrible, but that was a while ago. You know what? It would be hard for it to be worse than it is right now, so we'll try the Steelers. It looks like they get a lot of sacks, which makes sense. They have TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith, but we'll try it. We might as well. It really couldn't be any worse. I mean, we could have been 32nd, but we were 31st, so whatever. But I guess since we're here, we got some pretty good dev traits. Griffin has Superstar, which is kind of surprising. I mean, it makes sense because he was a very good player, but I just didn't think he would have it because he was, what, like a 3rd round pick? But he looks very, very good. Vic only had Star. We'll see what Frazier has. And then Harrison, unfortunately, only has Star, but Davis has X Factor. I was hoping one of them would have a really good dev trait, and one definitely does. We'll probably move him back to corner. I focus scouted safety this year, so I think we're going to draft maybe even 2 safeties. We'll see. But that was a very, very good draft class. But let's again go super quick over the season stats. JJ McCarthy was very good once again. 4,100 yards, 31 touchdowns, 11 picks, 70% completion percentage. He was really good. Aaron Jones, 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns. Jefferson, 1,200 yards, 14. Addison hit 1,000 yards. Vic even had 900 yards. We'll see how high he is for Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's probably going to be 2nd again, and I'm going to have to cry myself to sleep. The blocking was very, very good. Ivan Pace again led the team in tackles. TFL's 19 for Van Ginkel and Dawkins. And sacks, 9 for Van Ginkel. Not as good as last year, but still good. Only 5.5 for Grenard still. Does he not have traits? Well, kinda. I'm going to give him finesse moves and big hitter just to try to make him play like his overall. Probably still won't happen, but we might as well try. We really didn't get that many sacks though. And then we had 5 total interceptions, 3 for Davis, which is really good. We'll take that. I mean, hopefully if we do win Defensive Rookie of the Year, it's someone else, but I don't know who else it would be because Davis already already has X Factor, but Pace and Harrison both had a pick too. MVP goes to Mahomes again. Cool. Baker Mayfield on the Titans. Okay, sure. Jefferson up there at number 9 for Offensive Player of the Year. Van Ginkel at number 4 for Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, he did have a ton of TFLs. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Terrence Levins for the Falcons. I don't even know who that is. Vic at number 3. We get cucked again. Cortland Lewis wins it for the Saints. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Davis at number 2. Of course. Can we win awards, please? We get number 2 for everything. Or 3, I guess this time. For Rookie of the Year, at least. But let's get into the offseason. And this year, this coming up year, we should hopefully have a better defense. We'll see. Oh, God. I realized Van Ginkel's probably going to get X Factor and develop a little bit. He's probably going to be really expensive. I don't know if we can bring him back. We'll try, though. We have a Super Bowl rematch, almost the same score, but this time the Eagles beat the Chiefs 37-35. The Chiefs beat them in real life 38-35, obviously. Or at least I think that was the score. Who cares? This is about the Vikings. Oh, yeah, and let's see if we did hit any dev-ups. I always forget to check. And oh yeah, by the way, JJ McCarthy went up to Superstar last year. I just forgot to mention that. Oh, okay. Both Grenard and Van Ginkel hit X Factor. Why did Grenard hit it? I mean, it's obviously not going to say, but I guess maybe tackles for loss. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe 75 tackles is a threshold too. I don't know. All I do know is I definitely want to get Andrew Van Ginkel back. It's just I highly doubt he wants to come back after not a very good year once again. We'll pick up the 5th year for Jordan Addison. It's expensive, but it's worth it. God. Okay, we're obviously going to go very player-friendly for Christian Darrisaw. I just don't expect him to accept it. We'll even up the years. I mean, we'll sign him until he's 33. 6 years, 218 mil, and he doesn't take it. So I think we would tag him over Van Ginkel. Unfortunately, we'll try to get Van Ginkel back in free agency, but we're going to tag Darrisaw. That tag is cheaper than the money he was asking to begin with, so that's worth it. But I mean, that's stupid that you wouldn't give a 31-year-old player a 5-year deal, but we'll go 5 years, 108 mil, and he doesn't take it, which is maybe for the best, but we're not going to have any pass rush now. We'll try to bring him back in free agency or see if there's a better option. You never know. And then everyone else, I mean, there were some role players, I guess, but I'm good. Most of the players that I would want back aren't interested, so let's get into free agency. But here is what we're going to do in free agency. We're spending a lot of money here. I'm actually going to do one more thing even. I want to make this team good, like really good. We are going to go for Joe Thuney. We're going to try to bring back Andrew Van Ginkel. The Patriots are also interested, which would be a pretty good scheme fit for him. He's kind of a hybrid cover, pass rush linebacker. Obviously more pass rush, but still. We're going to go for Shaq Barrett, who's 33, but, you know, that's a just-in-case type of deal there. Just in case we don't get Andrew Van Ginkel. Could retire at this point in real life, but I don't know. We might as well try if he's here. We're also going to go for Leonard Williams. I always try to get him, and he always rejects us, so hopefully he actually signs here. And then Ronnie Hickman, just so we have a safety. We're still going to draft one, probably in the first round, but we'll just sign one too. But let's see if all these players want to sign. My guess is we will get most of them, but I think we'll get 3. I don't think we'll get Van Ginkel, and we might not get Joe Thuney, but let's just see what happens. Everybody signs week 1, and we get everybody except Andrew Van Ginkel. All right, that's fine. Where did he go? He did go to the Patriots. Sure, why not? The Patriots also signed DJ Reader and Michael Pierce. Why did they want 2 nose tackles? This game is so fucking weird. Whatever. But in the draft, the Bears pick at number 1. Unfortunately for us, we pick at number 7. Unfortunately, our second pick isn't until number 27, but I mean, I guess we at least have 2 first-round picks. I don't know what I want to do here, though. I'm going to be honest. I forgot to cheat. Fuck. It did the stupid thing again where it just doesn't actually show us how good the players are. It says everyone's top 5. I do think, let me see, what's Reese's speed? Okay, I think Reese is really good. I wish I remembered to cheat though. I mean, it's not even cheating. It should tell us, but it doesn't because the game's broken. But let's see, again, I'm not sure what I want to do here. We could go with a pass rusher because, you know, we have Shaquille Barrett, but he's 33. You know what? I don't really have Marcus Johnson scouted that well, but he looks pretty good. A finesse moves and B power moves, which I don't have much experience taking, like pass rushing defensive ends, like actual edge players, because normally they just play horribly in simulation. I stay away from them. But I mean, I have experience, just not super good ones. Normally, if I take them, it's towards the end of the first or somewhere around there, and all those super good ones are gone. But both really good finesse and good power is probably a sign of a good one. I don't know. We might take him. Either that or we're trading down. Okay, yeah, sure, why not? We'll take a chance. He might not be good, I have no idea, but we have another another first round pick anyways, so if he sucks, we can make up for it. Let's go with Marcus Johnson out of Wisconsin. Bars. And he does have hidden dev. 90 acceleration, 82 speed, 84 strength. Sounds good. Probably not like a crazy overall, but maybe like a 78. We'll see. I don't think he'll play it all year one, but I guess he could. That's more of a future pick. Ooh, and all the safeties are still here. I don't think any of them are gone. Maybe a free safety, but ooh, whoa. Chris Freeman looks really good. He wasn't even really on my radar, but he looks crazy. Great speed, elite strength, not the best excel or change direction, but A, awareness, play rec, pursuit, hit power, B, tackle and zone. Only C man, but I don't know. He looks pretty damn good. I was just gonna go with Damian Thomas, but honestly, Freeman's better at pretty much everything other than man coverage, and is a year younger. Might have normal dev, I don't know. Let's take him. And he has hidden dev, 92 speed. We made this defense a lot better in the first round here. I'm glad I looked deeper with the safeties, because on just those four first stats, he didn't look great, but digging deeper, he definitely looked insane. Ooh, this center. Barely scouted, but he looks really good. Paul Madigan, me when I have to play this game. Most of these linemen don't look that good. Should I wait until the third round to take Booker? I might. Justin Dorsey looks pretty good. He'd be a weird conversion to 3-4 outside linebacker though at 6'6", 270. I guess that's fine though. He'll just probably drop an overall. We could also bulk him up and just make him a 3-4 D lineman. I don't know. We're getting crafty here. Let's actually just go with another corner. We'll take a chance on John Charles. He looks pretty good. Nothing crazy about him. Probably normal dev, but good overall. He has A zone too, so there is something really good about him. And he has hidden. I just need to say they're gonna have normal and they'll have hidden. Never fails me, except for when it does. This secondary is gonna be loaded though. And last pick, Brendan Booker. I have no idea if he's actually good. It's just what I can see does look good. I mean, everything that's scouted is an A. His finesse probably isn't good, but at worst, it's a D. It could just be a C or even a B. It sounded like a Dr. Seuss book. What the fuck did I just say? He has good strength too, great acceleration. We'll take him. Hidden dev, only 21 years old, 87 strength, 83 excel. Sure. But here's how we did in the draft. We definitely added a ton of talent on defense once again. Marcus Johnson is a 77. I thought he would be a 78, but that's close enough. His block shedding just isn't very good, which I was concerned about because it wasn't scouted. Probably will go down to a 76 at outside linebacker, but he is a speed rusher, so maybe not. No, he does go down, but that's still a pretty good pick. But Chris Freeman, we can just pretend these two are flipped. I guess you wouldn't really take a safety top 10, but 79 overall, he looks very good. 81 zone, 86 hit power, 81 pursuit, 92 speed. That was a great pick. John Charles, 77 overall with the hidden dev. Horrible man, but 81 zone, we'll take it. And then Brendan Booker was very, very good at a 78. I'm getting pretty good at taking O linemen. I mean, they're not necessarily hard to take. Just look for the ones with A impact block, A lead block, and then A either power or finesse, and then not the worst. For example, finesse here. A 66, I guess, isn't great, but 73 pass block finesse, you don't want them to have 50 something run and pass block finesse, or else they aren't going to be great. I don't know. Just make sure they're at least decent at everything, but very good with whatever scheme fit they are. I took every pick in this draft. Ben Cummins is whatever. Funny name though. Steven Barber was supposed to go round 1, or he was a first to second round projection, so I was sure, why not? He looked good on paper, but it was only a 74. I mean, that's still really good value for the 5th round, and then these are just depth picks. I kind of thought they would be better overalls, but just depth, because we only had 1 running back and 2 tight ends. But let's get into year 3, and we should be looking really, really good, hopefully. But here we are heading into year 3. We're an 86 overall, which isn't anything crazy, but it is pretty good. We have an 89 overall offense, only an 84 overall defense, but it is a lot of rookies and second-year players, especially in the secondary. That's pretty much all it is, other than Byron Murphy, who we moved to free safety. He went up in overall there. I don't know how realistic that is, if, we're saying this is a realistic rebuild, but whatever. We'll do it. And hopefully Freeman has better than star dev. Now that I said that, he probably won't, but we'll see. But yeah, again, 89 offense, 84 defense. This team is looking good, and we should be close to a 90 by the end of the year, hopefully. Probably an 88 or 9. But let's get to the midseason point, and we will see how we do. Okay, now this year, our 89 overall offense sucks. Skill issue, my fault, I guess. I mean, I've kind of decided at this point that I don't really care about performance. I just kind of care about creating the highest overall roster in the league because that's literally all I can do. And I feel like we're pretty successful with that so far. We have an 86 overall team, so we'll see how good we can make this roster by the end of it. If our record isn't good, then what can I really do about that? But we have a decent amount of re-signings here once again. Christian Darrisaw, will try to re-sign him, but we'll see if he actually wants to. We'll go 5 years, 182 mil, and he does take it, thankfully. Brian O'Neill, also not interested, of course. 4 years for a 30 overall, or not 30 overall, 30-year-old tackle, 4 years, 104 mil. He doesn't take it, and we are definitely going to have to restructure some deals this year because we are out of money. We have 11 mil left, which isn't even enough for Blake Cashman. We'll go 3 years, 34 and a half, and he does take it. Or no, he doesn't. I've never seen that message. I skipped past it too quick. So, I mean, we'll just see how the team finishes. If we finish bad, then what can I really do? Hopefully our offense gets better. It looks like yardage-wise, our offense is better than our defense, but, I mean, I guess it is better than our defense, but both suck, so let's just get to the end of the year and we'll see what happens. That's all I can do. Okay, we actually did finish with a winning record. We were last in the division, but the division that had no teams with a winning record last year went to all winning records this year. 3, 9, and 8 teams, and then the Bears were 12 and 5. The Bears have just been dominant here for God knows what reason. I guess the Packers were in a Super Bowl, but they didn't win it. This has been a weird rebuild. I guess I say that about all of them. But JJ McCarthy, 4,300 yards, 36 touchdowns, 12 picks. He's been insane so far. I mean, just look at these numbers. He's playing like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Aaron Jones wasn't very good this year, though. Only 3.9 yards per carry, not even 1,000 yards. Justin Jefferson, almost 1,500 yards and 16 touchdowns. Addison, almost 1,000. Vic was okay. Hawkinson hasn't really done much, but we just aren't throwing to him much. The line wasn't as good this year. I mean, it was still fine, but of course, the higher overall it gets, the worse it plays. But Cashman, 121 tackles, TFLs, 17 for Barrett. Interesting. 16 for Grenard, and sacks, 11 for Shaquille Barrett. He is very good in this game. 9 for Grenard, played better this year. Williams with only 4.5. And then interceptions, 4 for Harrison, and then 1 for a few players. This just looks really similar to what our defense was before. Pretty much the same tackle numbers, similar TFL numbers, similar sack numbers, and not many interceptions. Steelers defense didn't really change much. There's the Dak Prescott MVP. It has to happen at least once per rebuild, even though it's happened 0 times in real life. I'm not even a Dak hater. I like Dak Prescott more than most people do. I think he's a good quarterback, but I just hate how much he wins MVP in this game. It's so repetitive and annoying. But Jefferson wins not MVP, I guess offensive MVP, or non-QB MVP, Offensive Player of the Year. Barrett at number 4 for Defensive Player of the Year. I bet Van Ginkel won defensive. No, he didn't. He wasn't even up there for Defensive Player of the Year. So I guess we upgraded somehow. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to George Sheehan for the Saints, or however you say that last name. Greenwood at number 10. If I had Greenwood, I'd be concerned. And Cameron Haynes wins Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Lions. Charles at number 8. We really didn't have that many good rookie performances, honestly. I was hoping for more from our safety. But let's check out our dev traits super quick before we get into what could be the final offseason. I mean, how much more can I even really do to this team? It's really good already. Booker, unfortunately, only has star. That's kind of surprising. But Freeman has X Factor. That's huge. Now up to an 84 overall. Unfortunately, Johnson surprisingly only has star. Same with Charles. I kind of expected that, though. But I thought Johnson would have superstar. Seeing that he wasn't like a super good overall, I was like, all right, he must have a really good dev trait then if he was projected to be a top 10 pick. But he's not super great. But anyways, let's get into, like I said, what is probably the final offseason. We're going to need to restructure some deals, but we should be able to really take this team to the next level this offseason. And my prediction was right. We are an 88 overall. This is going to be, my guess is Chiefs, Cowboys, Super Bowl. Cowboys, Bills. Okay, I got one of the teams right. I mean, it's really 90% of the Super Bowls are Chiefs or Cowboys, or both. But we can upgrade for Justin Jefferson, and he is going to be a pure 99 overall. And this should make him a scheme fit for whatever that's worth. Gave him +1 injury. It doesn't know what else to upgrade, so he gave him plus injury. I guess we'll take it. I mean, we have injuries off, but whatever. But let me restructure some deals real quick, and then we will re-sign whoever we we need to re-sign still? I know Darisaw at least, but also Cashman. I feel like there was someone else. I can't remember. Maybe Aaron Jones. I don't know. I don't think we'll bring back Aaron Jones, though. Ooh, okay. We have the 5th-year option for JJ McCarthy, which probably won't matter because this is probably going to be the final year, but he went up to X Factor. That's huge. We'll obviously pick that up, but again, I don't think it'll matter. Brian O'Neill, that's who it was. We already re-signed Darisaw, but we'll go, I guess, player friendly because he is interested now. 3 years, 73 mil, and he does take it. Cool. Blake Cashman, we'll go neutral, 2 years, 25 mil. He also takes it. We'll probably restructure both of those deals too, but Jones, I'm good. Phillips, I'm good. I do want Shaq Barrett back, but he isn't interested. We'll offer him 3 years, 24 mil, which is pretty cheap for how well he did, and he does take it. Is like 34 or whatever he was, but if he's still playing good, he's still playing good. But again, let me restructure those 3 deals, and we will see who we want to add in free agency. But this is a pretty good free agent class. Unfortunately, we can't afford either of these 2 top guys, but I don't know how bad I would want them anyways. Maybe Aiden Hutchinson to steal him from a division rival, but he's also not interested, and he would be very expensive. AJ Brown, we have enough receivers, but we are gonna go for Devon Achane and Kenny Clark. Now, Achane isn't very good in this game, but I don't really necessarily care how well the team does. I just want to build a very good overall team. Because, I mean, half the time when I try to sign players that play well, we don't do that well anyways, so I'm just gonna say, fuck it. We'll just make this as good of a roster as we can. Not that he's horrible, but he hasn't played very well. But we'll try to get him and Kenny Clark, like I said. 2 big additions. We might play Kenny Clark as our nose, not that he's really, not that that's really his best thing, but I think he's our biggest D lineman, maybe, we'll see. But let's see if we can sign both of these players, and it looks like we get Achane, but we don't get Kenny Clark. The Patriots also signed Aiden Hutchinson. That's how many pass rushers do they need? But let's restructure Achane, and let's see if we can sign someone else. I guess that only frees up 2 mil, but I guess that's better than nothing. And is there anyone we can cut? I never checked that. We could cut Grenard. He hasn't played particularly well for us. Do we do it? We have other pieces there. That would be kind of crazy though, but let me see. If we do cut him, what would we do with that 16 mil? I don't really know. I think we'll just keep him. We could go for DeMarcus Lawrence because he actually is a player that plays well in this game. Well, he used to win Defensive Player of the Year like all the time. I guess he hasn't been as good anymore, but he still is pretty good. I think we'll just keep Grenard though. And let's add Chamari Connor just so we have another good safety. But do these 2 want to sign? I really hope we can get Kenny Clark. Oh no. Okay, we get Connor. Clark is gonna go to the Titans. That sucks. All right, let's go for Kobe Turner then, I guess. He's like our best option. DJ Reader? The Saints are interested. All right, Kobe Turner. We do have a big lead for him. Let's see if we can get him. Oh my God. Why does nobody want to sign with us? Let's sim to the next week. Let's see what happens. This is like the most I've had players reject us. This is weird. I guess I don't want to play in Minnesota. I don't know. I guess it would be cold. And yeah, we're not going to get Kobe Turner either. Well, that's rough. I don't know what we're going to do with this money then. We'll try one more time, but yeah, he doesn't sign with us. Milton Williams, I guess? I don't know if he's even worth signing at this point, but we'll try it. And Tuli Tuipulotu, sure. Okay, and we get both of them. Cool. Not nearly as good of a class as I wanted, but it is what it is. But in the draft, the Titans have the #1 pick. We pick at 15. And I have no idea what I want to do with this pick. There's a good chance we trade this pick for a player. I forgot again to cheat. It's still doing the glitch. It used to only do it the year after you used a custom roster, but now it does it every year for some reason. It used to fix itself year 3, but not anymore. This game sucks so bad. None of these guys look great anyways, but I guess they could be. We would never know though, for sure, even though we should. But yeah, I think we're gonna trade this pick away. This safety looked pretty good. I never checked his speed, but we don't really need another safety. He looks all right. Probably like a 77. But yeah, let's trade this pick away. All right, this is a really weird trade, a really unrealistic trade, but we are going to be trading Johnson, who we picked in the top 10 last year, and our first round pick for Kenny Clark, who we were going to sign, but he didn't want to. He's joining the team one way or another. We're also getting a second round pick. We maybe should have gotten more. I mean, what would Kenny Clark even be worth at this point? Like a 2 or a 3 probably? And he's even older here. He's like 4 years older. We probably should have grabbed more value if we could have, but it doesn't really matter. We made a big upgrade and we just had to give up a first round pick that I didn't know what to do with and our 4th pass rusher. So we'll take it. And now, I mean, this might be the only pick I make of the draft because I don't even know what to do here. James Murray looks pretty good. Maybe not. He looks pretty good, but ooh, Derek Woodson. I like these pass protecting guards. I don't know why I'm looking at guard. We don't need more. What am I doing? What do we need to do? Corner? We don't need more secondary players. We don't really need anything though, to be fair. None of them look that good anyways though. Let's just go with a D lineman. Dorian, what's his name? Yeah, Dorian Daniels looks, I don't know. He has a few A ratings. His strength isn't that good, or his speed. Whatever. Hidden dev, sure, we'll take it. That's my 1 pick. I'm done. What did the CPU do? Okay, I made these first 2 picks. Daniels wasn't very good, whatever. Alston was decent, 75 overall, but only normal dev, which that's fine. That's probably good value for the mid to late second, but the CPU decided, oh, you took a defensive lineman and a middle linebacker. Let's take another defensive lineman and another middle linebacker. Why? Why? Why do that? What's the point? It also took a tight end who isn't great. Does he have a dev trait? He does. Okay. He's also 273 pounds. Holy shit. I don't know what the CPU's logic was, but it's not like we did much better either, so let's get into the final year of the rebuild. But here we are heading into the final year of the rebuild. We are looking very good. We have a 92 overall offense. Our worst starter is an 83 overall with morale in Booker, or I guess Vic if you want to count Vic, but yeah, I guess you would count Vic. But I mean, this offense is crazy. JJ McCarthy up to an 85 with X Factor. Jefferson obviously a 99 overall. Everything a 99 with X Factor. We added A-Chan. The O-line is crazy good. Hawkinson hasn't done much, but is a good player, and that's really what I care about. And then the defense is only an 84 overall, but it looks a lot better than it actually is, I guess. I mean, we have 5 X Factors, and it should still develop a ton throughout the year because it is still a lot of younger players. I guess maybe not a ton because we did kind of add a lot of upgrades. Actually, I might start Dawkins because he's a year younger, or not a year younger, only an overall lower than Williams and probably like 5 years younger. But hopefully we do well. I'm thinking about changing the offensive playbook because our offense also hasn't been great. I just don't know what I would switch it to, honestly. Again, I don't know how much I care about performance anymore. And because of that, let's check where an 88 ranks in the league right now. Oh, is it just straight up like the best? My guess is no. Probably the 49ers, Falcons, and Chiefs are going to be better. The 49ers are not better, but the Falcons are tied with us at an 88. The Eagles are an 88. The Cowboys are an 88. And the Chiefs are a 90. Okay, they're 2 overall better than us, but we're tied for second. Or third. The Bears have an 89. So I guess tied for third, but I think we do have the best offense. Maybe the Chiefs is better, but yeah, okay, we have the second best offense, whatever. We are a very good team. So let's just get straight to the end of year number 4. Year 4? Year 4, I think. And we will see how this team does and develops. Okay, well, here we are at the end of year number 4, and before I reveal how we did in year 4, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on the video. Again, no like goal. I'm experimenting. I'm trying different ways to manipulate y'all into liking the video. Because it really does help out the channel. I would very much appreciate it. It helps YouTube know that people enjoy these. Ooh, Smith has Superstar. That's interesting. But also be sure to subscribe, and massive thank you for 50K. We did hit it now. I recorded the intro part last night. We weren't at it yet, but now we are. So thank you all so much for that. Now on to 60K, 70K, I don't know. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you liked this video, most of mine are like this. And at the end of this video, there will be another one on screen in the end cards. So feel free to watch that. And last thing, just let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below, because I'll give you a shout out like I gave at the beginning of this video. All right, I got all my plugging out of the way, and in year number 4, we finished 13-4, and we easily made the playoffs, thankfully. Now, we didn't get a first round bye, but we did well. Where do we rank? Hold on, I want to check something. This might be the most accurate simulation ever for our team. So we finished, I guess, tied for second in terms of record, but technically third, and that was about where we ranked in terms of overall heading into the year, right? Is this the most fair Madden simulation ever? Do my eyes deceive me? I mean, I don't know if we're actually like third anymore. We might have passed a team or gotten past. The Chiefs are a 91, so we're second. We're actually straight up second in terms of overall, but that's pretty much what we're tied for, so we'll take it. Rare Madden Simulation W. I don't even know the last time I've seen a W from it. Which, by the way, we have a 95 overall offense. That is insane. My prediction at the video was pretty good. I said we could finish with a great offense and the defense would be tough, and our defense still isn't the best overall, and our offense is maybe the best offense I've ever built in a realistic rebuild. Anyways, enough yapping, but I'm just happy we actually did well. JJ McCarthy, holy shit, dude. 4,600 yards, 41 touchdowns, only 10 picks, 75 completion percentage. That's insane. That might be a record for a full season. I don't know. But Achane was actually pretty good, 1,000 yards, 4.6 per carry, only 4 touchdowns, but he was getting like only 3.9, so he did better here than he has been doing. And Justin Jefferson, 1,600 yards, 16 touchdowns. Jordan Addison, 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns. Probably will go up to superstar at the end of the year, but we won't really get to that point anyways. Darisaw wasn't good, but the rest of our line was pretty good. Booker wasn't great. Overall, it was good though. Cashman, 110 tackles. TFL's 20 for Clark, 15 for Barrett, 14 for Grenard, and sacks. We finally got some sacks. 10.5 for Grenard, 10 for Barrett. I mean, I guess this is about what it was last year. Just, I guess we've been getting sacks, but for our interior guys, we really haven't gotten like any. 6 for Williams, which is okay. Only 4 for Clark though. And then picks, still not a whole lot. 2 for Cashman, Harrison, and Davis, and 1 for Murphy. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes, of course. I was hoping McCarthy could win it, but he was at number 3. Literally, the only 2 quarterbacks that won MVP this year were Mahomes, or not this year, this rebuild, were Mahomes and Dak Prescott. Great. The Chiefs top 3 for the AFC, but Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jalen Hurts. Justin Jefferson at number 2. He did better than last year, but ranked lower. You hate to see it. McCarthy at number 7. Shaq Barrett at number 6 for Defensive Player of the Year. Bryce Smith, the tight end, at number 10 for Offensive Rookie of the Year. And nobody for defensive. I guess I don't know who we would have had, but I don't think we won a single award this rebuild. No, we won Offensive Player of the Year, but that didn't really do much. That's unlucky. But this is literally our first playoff game of the rebuild. It sucks that it's taken us this long, but we've been good enough for a while. So skill issue, I guess. I don't know. But we will go play it cool. Y'all know me. And we have a hot opponent scenario against the Falcons here, who are only 9-8, so they were probably not very good at the midseason is my guess, if it wants to click. We will go be confident. Again, y'all know me. That's what I always pick. But I think that's all there is for us to do. Let's spend these upgrades if there's anything important. I think our safety, yeah, Darisaw and Freeman both had one. But let's sim this game and let's see what happens. I don't honestly have much faith because we're the better overall team and at home. But we'll see what happens. And yeah, we get beat by double digits by a worse team. But hey, we built literally the second best roster in the league to only the Chiefs. I would consider this a success even though we didn't get a playoff win. That's just Madden. This game isn't made very well. But this one was a lot of fun. I really hope y'all enjoyed. Again, be sure to like the video, be sure to subscribe, and y'all already know the deal. Oh yeah, and again, there are probably a couple videos on screen now, but also I just did a mock draft on the second channel. Link to that in the description. I'm not very good at mocks, but it was entertaining, I guess. But thank you all so much for watching, and with that, I will see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.